Hello, welcome on Friday at 2 o'clock. I promised that's what I would do, that's what I'm doing. So I am here, I have the cards here. I have told the world, now I'm just going to wait for the world to show up. How's that? Really, really enjoying learning, and every time I do this, I learn something else. I am entirely too old to be learning so much new software. However, if I'm going to be isolated, I guess this is as good a use as any for me to get educated. I downloaded, inflated, and used Zoom. Hooray! So that's another option now for people for private readings and for consultations. Love to connect with people, and from what I've seen, this is a really, really neat um, way of communicating. It's very nice. I was in a smallish group, I think. We were 5, 6, sometimes 6, sometimes 5. And it worked really well. So I'm very excited about that. And I am not holding my cards, which is a mistake. 2 o'clock snuck up on me, even though I was getting ready for it. I have them. I do have them. Oh, and I have my table badly arranged. That's part of the problem too. I'm going to be using these cards, this deck that has been my work for a very long time. Pictures taken back in 2007, 8, 9, when I first thought this was what I wanted to be doing. I'm adjusting myself, I'm sorry. So I'm more than willing to talk to myself for a little while and to shuffle the cards and have them ready to go whenever anybody gets here. Oh, and they're full of energy again. That's so interesting. I did put a cleansing crystal on them to settle them down. However, they're still jumpy, which is kind of exciting. They want to work. So I hope that soon people show up so that they can work. And I can. You know, one day when I came in, there was a place for me to invite people. And today I'm not seeing it. I'm going to go slide onto my other window and see whether I can find that. Exploring paths. Not showing anything at all. Oh, there we go. All right, I'm live now. Share. I need to share this there with as many people as I can. Starting a watch party? No, no, no. Okay. It isn't giving me options for the things I would like. There you go. All right. So so my hello, somebody's here. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to draw a card for you. I am monologuing about how I'm still learning this software and how pleased I am that I did manage to a meeting by Zoom this week, because that too was news to me. All right, so I'm shuffling the cards. I was talking to a client this morning, and we were talking about the 4 energy of the year 2020, and how, in spite of the very clear message that comes with the number 4 about creating a new foundation and starting using the building blocks to make a basis for the future going forward. In January, December and January, when that was a topic of discussion, and when it was named, certainly nobody in my sphere predicted that by March the world would have been shut down so that we could create a new foundation for something new. It is the word I hear a great deal in a lot of the things I'm doing is unprecedented, and it absolutely is. It's a situation that would have been unimaginable fairly recently. It's yeah, we find ourselves in uncharted territory. It's another overused phrase, isn't it? It's a really good time for people who are able to sit and find the quiet and listen to what they already know in their deeper, wiser selves about where they would like to move going forward. Because here we are, even people who are working, their schedules are so disrupted that there is a different use of time and a different structure to the way life is going that gives them the chance to consider what comes next, to consider whether they want to go back to what they were doing before or whether they're going to readjust. It only takes a very small adjustment on a long journey, the long journey of life. We can be headed over here and just make a tiny adjustment. By the time we get 20 feet out, the destination has become something very different indeed. So taking this time to get very clear about what it is that excites us, or that calls us, or that we've just always wished but we just couldn't, well, says who? There's a very human habit of limiting ourselves and staying with what is familiar. And while we're thrust into this incredible unfamiliar territory, it's a pretty good time to ask what else that isn't familiar would I be able to get through? Because we can get through any amount of change and growth and adjustment. And when it's something that is lighting you up, if there's some piece of you that says, no, I don't want to be a chartered accountant, I want to make balloon animals at the children's hospital, then why not? Why not? Who else's business is it? If that is what fills your heart with happiness, if that is what is going to help you to feel as though your life is worthwhile, then do it. That is surely what you came for, to be worthwhile. Not to, there's a meme that goes around that says, I was not born to pay bills and then die. Work to pay bills and then die. And I'm absolutely a big proponent of that. I have been blessed with the opportunity to make some very untraditional choices about my life, and I have no regrets, no remorse, no goodness me, I really wish I'd gone and done something else, because I don't. I'm very happy. I wouldn't change any of it. Not every day was a picnic, but it was all very worthwhile, and it got me to here. So hello, I'm seeing some traffic. Let me know in the comments if you would like me to draw a card for you. I am shuffling away here, and realize if I sit back a bit, you can see me shuffle. It'll be better when I'm picking a card. Who's Rochelle? How lovely to see you. I'm so glad. That's delightful. I just bragging on my cards. Here is the box of my card deck, which the cards themselves, not the boxes I'm still having trouble sourcing, but the cards are at the printers, and the printer is not an essential service to be printing oracle cards, but they are on their way. They're going to be for sale very soon. I'm very excited. They won't be in boxes. I've got some lovely pouches that I'm using for the first few dozen decks, and then as time goes by. So let me know in the comments, Rochelle, if you would like me to draw a card. I do ask for really explicit consent before I start reading for you. I hope things are well. I think I know that you are you're in Nova Scotia right now. I think I've seen photos that you've posted. So all is well. I understand from other viewers and other sessions that there's about a 45-second time lag between when you make a comment and when I see it. So please bear with me if I look as though I'm being dense. All right, I got your yes, please. That's very cool. Okay, so for Rochelle, a card that wishes to come to Rochelle. Oh, it's over here. And it is this one. And it, oh, this is lovely. I think this is, that's a delightful, yeah, blue bead lilies. And the card is eternal love. I get, for whatever reason, Rochelle, there's no rationale to it, but I get that this is from your dad. That there is a just a desire to express that for you, to remind you that you are at all times surrounded by the love of the cosmos, the love of the universe, and the love of the spirits that you've known while they were in the physical. So that's really nice. The number 9, because in numerology we always keep adding up until only one digit is left. The 9 is the number that contains all of the energies, and it represents the holistic connection that everything has to everything else. And of course, even while we're here living in the physical dimension, everything is connected to spirit. Everything that we do is an expression of that deep and abiding love of source. So this is a good illustration of that. That's really, really nice. I like that. They're so pretty. And they're growing in front of a fallen log in the forest, a tree that had been felled in the winter winds, and yeah, that came up the following year. So I hope that makes sense to you, that in the work that you're doing, you are being supported, and you're being seen is maybe a big part of that message. Nice. So let me know in the comments if you're seeking clarity or anything like that. Tell me anything. Tell me if you've got Zoom, because we could meet some other time. I would like to do that. It seems like a very long time since we've been in a room together. It may be a long time again. But we can at least see each other like this. All right. My part of my screen is doing a funny little pulsating light thing. It's interesting. So you are something I've been doing. I don't know if you read my blog, Rochelle. Oh, you do have Zoom. Oh, splendid. All right, we must make a schedule. We must. This is nice. I have been during quiet times. I have been drawing cards for the community so that anyone who watches the video playback has a card and a message that is intended to speak to their situation or experience, or hopefully answer a question that they might have. And they've been coming out rather beautifully. I blogged last week a 4-card reading from the previous 4 community cards. They came together really well, really nicely. And on Tuesday I was here and said I'm going to pull a card for the community, and proceeded to pull the community card, number 2, the white clover, which was nice. So today, since there's a little lull, I'm going to pull a card for the community again, for people who are seeing this on the video playback, who weren't able to attend while we were live. And the card that's coming up, oh, we had this last month too. Okay, decisions. The oxeye daisies, eyes to look and examine and compare and see and look at all sides of it. Also the fact that it's an ox. It's not an ox, it's an oxeye daisy. But the imagery of the ox, of doing very hard work, and of getting into motion, getting a certain amount of momentum. We need to, I think at this time we're all, our momentum is being slowed down, and we're having that chance to look, to examine, and to make decisions based on something other than definitely something other than pulling daisy petals off, saying yes it is, no it isn't. As we create our future, as we envision our future, it's very important that we decide that we're going to go forward, and not that we're going to try and recreate what is in the past, because it is over. And that's true whether or not we're isolated because of a virus. Being proactive about moving forward and creating a vision for where we're headed, it's very important. Anybody who works with vision boards knows how much of a difference it makes to get the clarity when you put a picture down and you look at it and you feel what it's going to feel like when your book is published, or when you go on a vacation, or when you what do people put on? I'm going to talk about vision boards. Back in 2010, beginning of the year, did a workshop. I was in Nova Scotia then. I had a lot of bureaucratic paperwork that needed to be done. It had gotten behind. It was a problem, and my excuse always was that I didn't have time. Couldn't possibly do it. I didn't have time. And when I made a vision board in January, I put on lots of, I cut out clock faces and watch faces from magazines and advertisements, and I put them on big display of all these clock faces because I needed more time, gotta have more time. And it was, I think, March, end of February, early March, that same year, outside in the snow and the ice in Nova Scotia on a cold day, and I slipped and I fell very hard onto one of my kneecaps and broke it. All of a sudden, I had my leg in an immobilizer. I couldn't go anywhere, and I had all the time I could possibly want. And I recognized I was being given what I'd asked for, so I did spend that time catching up on all of the bureaucratic paperwork and filling out forms and backtracking and doing things that I'd definitely been resisting and certainly could have found the time for if I had tried. But the universe gave me that as a gift. And I have never put a clock face on a vision board again, because that is not how I want time to come to me. A really good lesson, though. And what is my point? That we get what we ask for, and we need to ask for what we really want. And we have time right now during this shutdown to make some decisions about whether or not we're going to go the same way we were going, or whether we're going to make a little adjustment here and there and head into a different direction. Even a small adjustment can make a big change at the end of the journey. All right, Rachel, talk to me. I see some other, I keep every now and then I see the little counter changes, and it goes up and it goes down. Anybody who's here, say hi in the comments. Let me know if you'd like me to read a card for you or draw a card for you. I'm using this the Wisdom of the Garden Path deck, and they are well shuffled and will continue to be shuffled. So, and am I going to sit and talk to myself? Sometimes I get a big influx of people at 1:45 when I've been here 45 minutes. I think I've never had quite such a quiet time. Maybe this Friday is, people are back to work. A lot of people, they may be working from home, but the structure of their workday has been changed, and where they were fairly loosey-goosey the last little while, there's beginning to be a schedule imposed. I know that's a truth. And I'm looking forward to people coming in when they can, always. I've committed to Fridays at 2, so I'm being predictable. I'm also okay. I see. I don't understand why people's comments come up on a different page than the one I'm on. It is a very peculiar thing. I am going to be here whether other people are or not. I guess that's what that comes down to. And all right. So there has to be a way for me to contact my friends without, I guess it's not without leaving this window has to stay open. That's all right. I'm good with that. The other window, on the other hand, I don't know why. Oh, okay, share in a group, no, share. Send as a message. Maybe if I send as a message and I pick some of the are still there. I do. Okay, I have friends and family in the UK who sometimes show, which is wonderful. And we have, oops. I should be on the main page, just in case people are arriving by the thousands. Not so much. All right, are you still here, Rochelle? I can't tell. It kind of looks like not. Okay, so I will sit and I will be quiet and I will wait and I will envision lots of people showing up, even as I sit here. I'm seeing a funny, oh, it's that, okay. All right, it looks like something draped over me. This is an error that may need to be edited profusely. There's another skill I need to learn. I seem to be all by myself. I'm gonna go back in and do some more of this. And it's actually a lot of fun just seeing the names of all the people who are lovely. I don't often. Hello, whoever is here. It's Bernadette. Hello. I will be pulling a card. Yes, it's been so quiet. I've been playing on another screen and inviting people individually. All right, so good to see you. Thank you for coming. All right, so for Bernadette, we have I think there's a couple stuck together here. It's in, okay, it's this one. And for you, I have, oh, interesting. Okay, so the card is Discernment. And it is a mock orange in bud, so an immature, not a fully developed situation, but one where You are being invited to be really discerning. The mock orange is not an orange. It's claiming, it's appearing to be an orange, but in truth it is not. And I think that there's a situation in your life that is perhaps not quite the way that it's representing itself. That's calling for you to really pay attention and be very discerning about what's going on. Number 13, lovely number. The central identity of Bernadette added to that creative flow where you're bringing things into the physical realm that weren't here before. And they're adding together to be a really practical 4, which is very aligned with this year. This year has 4 energy. This is the year we're building the foundation for a new and different future. Being practical about something where somebody is being a little bit just, I want to say they're being a bit economical with the truth. Does that make sense? There's something didn't I have one? Absolutely. This is a picture of that I took of my mock orange. Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful shrub. But there's, yeah, something that's there. Okay, Umar, welcome, and hello, Scott. I see you're there too. Umar, I will indeed draw for you. I hope, Bernadette, that that makes sense. There's something that maybe you need to check some small print on something. I don't know, but yeah, don't just don't take it at face value. Okay, all right. So for Uma, this is the card for Uma. And we have, oh, this is nice. All right. So number 31, the card of a new love. A new love. And that love, that can be anything. It can be you getting familiar with the cosmic love that is yours by right. It can be you meeting a romantic partner. It can be you finding a book that's teaching you new things and is opening you up in a new way to learning and information that informs who you are and how you love, and all of that. The lilac, you can see some of the tiny florets are starting, they're already open, and some of them are still fairly clenched closed. So there's, what is coming is new, and there's a lot more to follow. A lot more to follow. You have the 3 and the 1. That's so interesting. If you saw the previous reading, it was a 1 and a 3. So it's the same thing, except that creative force, that place where you are a portal for new things coming into the physical world, that's what's coming first. And so the flow from source energy into you, through you, touching on your core identity, that 1, and creating something very practical. So whether that's about inspiration that you're bringing in, or exactly what, I'm really not sure. Let me know. Okay, you're saying it's nice. This is good. You are welcome. This is, I hope that helps you in some way. Scott, on Stolen Time, I will draw for you quickly. I don't know, Bernadette, if it's yeah, is it small print as in small press? I think that your publisher has done right by you. I don't that doesn't feel right. This is a draw for Scott. For Scott, who is supposed to be at work. Thank you for being here. It's this one. And you have, oh my, all right, so pay attention. Pay attention. There's a place in your experience and in what you're doing right now where way worse than that Bernadette, you should discern what is true and what is not. In your case, there is something that is genuinely toxic and negative. The number 29, the 2 is around relationships, the 9 is about the holistic relations between them, and given your work situation, I think that would be applying to your professional aspect of life. They add together, 2 and 9 is 11, 1 and 1 is 2 again, so we're back. It's always going to be about other people, and I know that your work focuses on other people and the service that you are you're here to transmit, that you're here to the service that you're fulfilling, the service you're offering, the way that it's being received. This is that's a really interesting card. Only you know what your morning Zoom was like. You can let me know if that makes sense, that there's something you need to be wary of, or someone. It could be someone that it's an individual relationship. In the professional world, I'm not concerned about your social circle. I don't think anybody's planning to bite you in the hip or anything like that. But that's interesting. It's not a card I see very often. Okay, Umar, a new love at the beginning of as you're making huge plans. And I don't know if you saw the community reading is about decisions. So being able to take the time to make decisions that serve your huge plans. I think that new love card is really, really appropriate. So thank you. Thank you. Follow doing what you love, and not putting some other motivation on it, because it can't be all about the money, and it can't be all about your grandpa always wanted you to be a balloon artist. It can't oh all right, Scott, I'm sorry it makes sense, and I'm glad it makes sense, if that makes sense. All right, so if it was yesterday, then I assume that you were paying attention and you have not put the Deadly Nightshade on your breakfast cereal, so that's a good thing. And yes, Umar, follow what you love, do what you love. Find that place within yourself that knows, and listen to it. Listen to it, follow, take the inspired action, right? That's the thing. You are welcome, Umar. Absolutely. All right, somebody else just came in, I think. I get a funny little counter that keeps changing for no apparent reason. But if you have arrived and you'd like me to draw a card, let me know in the comments section, and I will most certainly do that. Oh, Scott, we have to have a conversation. I have Zoom now. We must. We must make a date and visit. This is just how. Although I suppose for people who are using Zoom all day long doing business meetings, it doesn't feel much like a social activity when they stop working, and I can understand that most certainly. All right, so somebody else has gone, and somebody else hasn't, and I have no idea who. That's all right. I shall sit and talk to myself, or I shall go back to inviting people, which is what I keep Clearly it did work, because when I tried it, some people showed up. Yay! All right, Scott, Zoom with you. Uh-huh. Yes, well, we can put a limit on it. We can set an alarm and you know, like no more than 2 hours, whatever, or until we run out of things to talk about, which that could be good too. Ah, dear. So I'm sorry to hear that you are having to be so attentive to what's going on. I cannot begin to imagine what is required of the human brain to function in your job under these conditions. I just cannot. So I'll just sit here feeling blessed. There we go. All right. Anybody else here? It says there are. So if you've just come in, let me know. Let me know if you'd like me to draw a card. Tell me in the comments and I will. Be aware that if you're on full screen, you maybe can't see the comments bar at the bottom of the right-hand side of the page. If you're making comments on the Exploring Paths to Cosmic Wisdom page, I will not see them until I leave the live. So I do need, so if you, it's not about minimizing, it's about Mary Anderson, hello, 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 how lovely to see you. There are so many Marys. You're my cousin of my Auntie Kathy, is that right? Love it. Love it so much. I'm doing card readings today, Mary. I think you've been in before, I think. I'm using my deck, the Wisdom of the Garden Path. And if you'd like me to draw a card for you, then just let me know in the comments. And I will do that, because why wouldn't I? I love it, love it, love it, love it. So I am I'm thinking, I'm exploring all the different time zones and different days and things. I'm considering Sunday afternoon my time, so that would be Sunday evening for Mary, to do this again. I've committed to doing Fridays at 2 o'clock my time, which is evening in the UK, I think. And oh, somebody else is here. Let me know in the comments if you would like me to draw a card for you. If you make comments on the page, I won't see them. I just tried to look and I'm confused. So I will sit still and stay here and keep shuffling the cards, which are very energized. I have been finding a need to clear their energy, otherwise they get very jumpy. They're excited to be here, as am I. So yes, next Friday and the next Friday, and as long as I'm locked in, it'll be Fridays at 2 o'clock Eastern. And my evening experiment this last Tuesday was not a washout. A few people did show up, but it was not a raving success. So I am thinking I'm gonna try Sunday, maybe at around this time, maybe, and then I think maybe I'll try another weekday at 11. That was a very busy time, and we'll just see how it all comes out. anybody who is here, who is watching, who doesn't want a card, and that's all right, like and follow this page after you're done in here, and then you will at least hear when I'm back live again. And if you want to know more details, not that I'm going anywhere or being in any stores or doing anything very startling right now, of course, but if you go to joleath.com and sign up for my newsletter, then you can keep track of my activities or lack thereof as time goes forward, and you'll get the links to the new blogs and things and save you from having to remember to go check my site. So we have, what do we have? Mary, it says you're still here. Somebody else is still here. I think somebody else just came in. Nobody's talking. I'm told that there is a delay of nearly a minute between when you type and when I read. So please don't give up on me. I am paying attention. I'm just not getting things right at the minute, or right at the moment. Okay. I did I drew a card for the community, and interestingly, it was a repeat from one a couple of sessions ago. I got the decisions card, which is completely appropriate to these times. Making decisions as we the importance of looking at them. It's an ox eye daisy, so that image of an eye, being sure that we examine the options, that we look at all the sides of something before we decide. While we have time to do research in a way that we maybe didn't in our pre-pandemic lives. Clutch sticking together. Fix that. So yes, making decisions, finding a way to open up the flow of wisdom into our consciousness from our deeper selves, that know why we're here, that know what is our destiny, that knows where we're going to be headed. Getting quiet and feeling the decisions. You know, how does it feel if I think of going left? How does it feel if I think of going right? One of them, depending on how you process. I'm a very verbal person, but a lot of people think in images and pictures. You know, if one feels red and one feels green, then green is for go. If one feels heavy and the other one feels light, then follow that lightness, fly with it. If one is dark and one is light, then go to the light. If one just makes you shudder with, oh, I hope I don't have to, then don't, please don't. And if they both make you shudder with, I don't want to, then cast around for some other options, because they're there. Get quiet, ask yourself, if I don't do either of those, what could I do? Because you know, your soul knows, your spirit knows, you have deep wisdom about your own life, and it is it's there for you to tap into. All you need to do is get quiet and get receptive. Get out of your own way. Stop planning tomorrow's lunch. Stop thinking about what you should have said to that guy in June of 1987. Get to where the wisdom can flow, because it is there. Absolutely certain of that. And of course, if you're new to that kind of activity and you don't know how you might process, or what you should be processing, or if you're not in a place of trusting your own instincts, then do consider getting a numerology chart done, because I can help you with that. Identify some of your talents, some of your traits, some of the somebody else has arrived. Yay! Let me know in the comments if you would like me to draw a card for you. If you can't see the comment box, come out of full screen and you'll be able to see it down in the bottom right. And let me know how that will go. Yeah, so numerology chat. I've got a special on right now. I said the first 20 weeks of 2020 when I set it up back last year. Feels like such a long time ago. I'm reasonably sure we're still in the first 20 weeks, even though April seems to have had 20 weeks so far. So I have a special on, and I may continue that special. A 20-point numerology chart for $220. It's really, really comprehensive, and it no longer can be delivered in person, but we can Zoom, or we can FaceTime, or I'll send you the files electronically. You can choose to print them out or not, but you will have them, and we can sit and go through them. I also have a number overview it's on my website. You'd have to go to, I think, readings or maybe numerology. There are tabs on my website at joleath.com. So the other thing I had planned back last year, before the world was like this, next month, on May the 12th, it will be my 50th anniversary of landing in Canada. So my papers are all dated from May the 12th, 1970. Amazing. So I had thought, while I was sitting in a marketing meeting, that I would offer something for some kind of a $50 special to mark that 50-year anniversary. So during May, I'm not totally sure, because if we're all locked in and doing things, then hopefully we have time and energy to put into different kinds of self-examination and self-improvement and self-understanding and moving towards self-honoring. I see a lot of people posting a lot of very almost humorous but not quite things that people put themselves down a lot. And I think that's unfortunate, because I happen to know they're all awesome. And I wonder if this has frozen in some way. If you're still here, Scott, would you type something just so I can make sure? Mary, you never did ask for a card. That's okay. I haven't had any comments coming in for quite a while, and I've had a lot of the number counter going strange. Maybe you've gone, Scott. There are some people still here. Please, please let me know. Okay, it's 5:02. If I don't have a reason to stay past the hour, I won't stay past the hour. I really, really hope that it is only the software that is... Oh, okay, thank you. So it's not... I appreciate when somebody says something that's really good. It's so bad, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I hope you're working and not just sitting there talking, listening to me talk to myself, because that's kind of where it's at. All right, so we have 4 minutes until I feel my obligation fulfilled. Linda, hello. I will message you. Would you like me to draw you a card, Linda? because that's what I'm here to do. Let me show you the cover of my deck. This is a deck that is, it will be hitting the market one day soon, like when printing stops being an essential service. It is, that's really nice to see your name. That's so good. Let me know. Whoops. All right, you're multitasking with me. Well, that's nice. So, Linda, I will certainly message you when I get done, but while you're here, if you would like a card, I will gladly do that. But we have 3 minutes left in the hour, Linda. And there is a delay from when you type to when I see it, so I will hang on to give you the chance to make the request. Hi, Shelley. It's good to see you too. Let me know in the comments if you would like me to draw a card for you. Our mutual friend in Regina, I don't know if she's related to you or if you're an in-law or if you're friends or if, but I know that, anyway, she was here earlier. I'm sure she will share with you whatever makes sense out of her reading. Let me know. Let me know. I will stay until I get some responses. Maybe and perhaps. Oh my goodness. A Chrome banner just came across to ask me if I'm bored. Yeah. No. I have so much going on. My life is just full of possibility and good things to do. And I'm certainly not bored being here. Okay. So Linda and Shelley. And there was somebody else who was present earlier who didn't ask for a card. Oh, my cousin Mary. All right. So anybody, I'm going to go into countdown mode soon. If you don't specifically ask for a card, I won't be drawing anymore. I did draw for the community earlier. Oh, somebody said something. Okay. Thank you for being here, Scott. Love you too. Take care. Bye-bye. I drew a card for the community for people who are watching on the video replay, and people who are here who didn't wish to have a specific card. So the card that I drew is, whoops, the number 26, Decisions. Pictures of the ox-eye daisy. When I was a little girl, we used to pull daisies and or pick daisies and pull the petals off as a way of finding answers to questions. He loves me not. I should, I shouldn't. It is, it isn't. So daisies for decision making. Number 26 is about, 2 is always about relationships of one kind or another, and 6 is about being in a place of service, doing duty, taking on responsibility, whatever that looks like in your life. The 2 and the 6 together are adding up to 8, which is that looping energetic exchange with spirit that brings balance into life, that brings fairness and good judgment, which when we're making decisions, that's where we want to be. We want to serve the community. We want to serve, and we want it to be in a balanced and just way. So This is the second time in a month that this card has come up for the community. I think it's very important that we're using this unusual time to make decisions about where we're going to go next, because that's where we're going to be. Okay, I'm not seeing any comments at all. So I thank you for being here. I will be back on, I'm going to say Sunday at 2 o'clock Eastern. Sunday at 2 o'clock Eastern. I need to write that down. It wasn't fully committed before I started, but I think that's what I'm going to do. So for people who are working either from home or from somewhere else, hopefully they can get here on a Sunday, and we can have a bigger crowd and a lot more cards. So thank you, everyone. Thank you if you're watching the video. Thank you. Try and I hope you're able to get here so that you can be here live at one of the other events. Thank you for being here. Like and follow the page while you're here, and I will look forward to seeing you again. All right. Thanks ever so much. Bye bye.